Therefore, His Honor and the Board of Aldermen and Council assembled award this plaque to Thomas W. Caldwell in recognition of his devotion and dedication to his community, his city, and his country. Congratulations, Mr. Caldwell.
Rabbi Adler?
And we said under his management the center would fold in a month.
Oh, he's kidding. We said 2 months.
Tom, as your spiritual advisor, I'd say that a few words are in order.
Well, to begin with, I don't think that I merit this. I don't say anything. But it's nice to know that others think otherwise. But I do notice that this award coincides with the 25th anniversary of the founding of the center here.
I think it just might have been planned that way.
Yeah, I'd say so, too. But I've got my own plans come next Saturday. A dance, right here, supper, and a real swinging trio. That's this Saturday, this coming Saturday. Come one, come all, come early, stay late, and bring the wives, those that have.
How about a cup of coffee?
Oh, I'd better skip it. I'm waiting for a long-distance telephone call.
How about you other fellas?
Well, that's all right with me. How about you, Dr. Thornton?
Fine, Rabbi.
Oh, fine, but let's not go into the cafeteria this time. I hate the three of us walking in and all those people looking and thinking that we're up to no good.
So long, Tom.
Bye, Doc.
Bye. Hello? Oh, yes, good. You can put him on now. Hello, Dad. I'm sorry I couldn't talk to you before, but look, Dad, is anything wrong? Oh, you're coming up here. Well, is Mom coming too? Oh, just business, huh? When will you be in, Dad? Tomorrow? Through Monday. Uh-huh. Look, Dad, I'm going to be pretty tied up this weekend. Oh, you have to come now. Dad, I'll be delighted to see you anytime. Sure. Love to Mom. Bye, Dad.
I'll have another sweet roll, Mrs. Featherston. I said I'll have another sweet roll, Mrs. Featherston. Didn't you hear me?
I heard you, but I pretended I didn't.
Why would you do that?
Because I don't like to say no to you, Father. You know very well that Dr. Warnke gave strict orders not to let you overeat. And I'm sorry to say, I'm carrying out the doctor's orders better than you are.
I suppose I should cooperate with Dr. Warnke more. I sympathize with the poor man carrying the weight of my stomach around on his hands.
Good morning, Father. Many at the 7?
Oh, 30, 35. Hope you do as well at the 8. I see young Mickey Vecchione is serving. Fine boy.
Yeah, say, that was a great race he ran last Saturday, wasn't it?
Went over the hurdles like he had the wings of an angel.
Good title for a song.
Over the hurdles?
Yes, Father.
Oh, Chuck, I saw that young Thompson woman on the street.
The secretary from the center?
Yeah, she tells me that Tom Caldwell's father has been in town now for the last 2 days.
His father? Oh, I spoke to Tom yesterday. Never said a word about it.
Oh, that's odd. I think I'll walk over to the center after breakfast. Invite them both for dinner.
Good. I'd like to meet his father. I've heard so much about him.
Oh, yes. fine lad like Tom Caldwell could only have a fine man for a father.
Right. I see you watching your diet. Good.
Could I have a piece of toast, Mrs. Featherston?
Now, Father, you know you'll just put too much butter on it.
I hope someday my stomach will take as good care of me as I take care of my stomach.
Hi, Mickey. Can I see your sec?
I got to serve Matt.
It'll only take a sec. Are you doing anything Saturday?
No, not exactly. Why?
Well, I'm not exactly doing anything either.
That's too bad. I'd figure you had all kinds of dates.
Well, you could do something about it.
I could?
Oh, Mickey, you're impossible. Janice is asking you to take her out.
You're asking me to take you out?
Why, Mickey? Am I that awful?
Gosh, no. I think you're swell. I mean, you're great. But Janice, I'd be delighted to take you out.
Myra said you wouldn't. Myra said you're stuck up. Oh, I did not. You're not stuck up, are you, Mickey?
Heck no, I just never thought about asking you. Where would you like to go?
To the community center.
To the community center.
They're having a dance.
A dance?
Haven't you heard?
Yes, I heard, but...
All right, then. I'll pick you up at about 7. Bye-bye, Mickey. Bye.
Janice? Janice? Well, okay. Father, I was pretty sloppy serving that mass. I'm sorry.
Forget it. This all the boy east of Mississippi's entitled to an off day. Mickey, there's something on your mind. Can I help?
Gee, no, Father. Besides, this isn't the right place.
The church isn't the right place for problems?
Please, Father, I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, okay. Say, how's your mother?
Fine.
Good. How's school?
Fine.
Good.
Father,
Yeah?
I changed my mind.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, you know about the big party at the youth center on the 16th.
Yeah, what about it?
I have a date to go to it with Janice Lenahan.
Well, you're a lucky guy. Janice is a very cute girl.
I know. She's also a great dancer.
Oh, and you're not.
I can't dance at all.
Mickey, I've seen you box. I've seen you pitch. Guy with your coordination shouldn't have any trouble dancing. Did you ever try?
Once or twice.
With whom?
My mother. But she didn't have any patience. I think it reminded her of when my father was alive and she danced with him.
I see. Well, what do you do when you go to your class prom?
Well, pretend to have a sprained ankle. Or say the coach doesn't want me to dance because I use the wrong muscles.
Wouldn't it be easier just to say you don't dance?
Then everybody'd think I'm a real creep. Boy, Father, you don't know what it's like.
Oh, don't I now? Mickey, I know exactly what you're going through.
You, Father?
Well, don't be so surprised. You think I was born a priest? I was 20 when I went to seminary. Well, I was your age once. Trying to be a big wheel with the girls. I went through just what you're going through.
Holy. I mean, you couldn't dance either?
Oh, I could dance all right. And, as a matter of fact, I was the life of the party. I did imitations. Buffalo Bill. Sitting Bull. Oh, boy. No, my trouble was my ears.
Your ears?
Yes, my ears. I used to think they stuck out like the two doors on a yellow cab. And then I went to seminary and forgot about my ears. Mickey, did you ever ask any of the girls to teach you to dance? Too embarrassed?
Yes. I'm supposed to be a real big swinger. Maybe I should tell Janice I can't go.
Mickey?
What?
I'll teach you.
You?
Today's Monday. You report to me tomorrow afternoon in the gym. 3 o'clock, we'll get started.
Is that an order?
You want to learn how to dance, don't you?
I
Well,
will.
then remember that old Chinese proverb. Leng sen high, seng len low. Which means you'll never learn if you don't try. Now get out of here. See you tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
Help the poor. Help the poor. Help the poor. Help the...
Why, Mrs. Brophy, what on earth are you doing?
Well, Father, I'm,
Why, you're begging. Well to do with her? You should be ashamed of yourself.
Well, I wouldn't say well-to-do, only comfortable.
But why, Mrs. Brophy, why?
I want to embarrass my son-in-law. And I figure that this is a busy corner and somebody he knows will see me and tell him that his wife's mother's begging on the street.
Well, what has your son-in-law done to you this time?
He didn't ask me for Christmas dinner or Easter. And his check is late again this month. Oh, I'll fix that big shot.
Shame on you, Mrs. Brophy. It's the same old story, isn't it? You're demanding everything of your son-in-law, but nothing of your son.
Well, what's wrong with that? My son is my own flesh and blood. My son-in-law's a stranger.
We've been through this before. Now, you be at the rectory this afternoon at 3 sharp.
Yes, Father.
And put away that cup. And get off the streets. Before you get arrested. All the nonsense. Oh, Tom? Oh, hello, Tom. I was on my way to see you.
Oh, you were, Father? Father Fitzgibbon, this is my father, Owen Caldwell.
Well, so you're Tom's father. Well, it's a great pleasure to meet you.
Father, it's my pleasure. Tommy writes his mother and me all about you. He's really nuts about you.
Well, I'm very fond of him, too.
He thinks you're a real character. The stories he writes. How's Chuck?
Who?
Your partner in crime.
Father O'Malley.
Oh, he's fine. He's fine. I gather your letters to your dad are quite informal.
Yes, Father, but would you excuse us? We'd better go inside.
I take it you're from out of town, Mr. Caldwell.
Father, I live in Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, Cleveland.
Shaker Heights.
Oh.
I'm here for a few days on a buying trip.
He owns a shoe store, Father.
He owns 3 shoe stores. 1 men's and 1 women's. And 1 for kids. Like you fellas, I get 'em from the cradle to the grave. Is he doing a good job, Father, my Master of Arts in Sociology?
Oh, he's doing an excellent job. Fine young man.
I'm glad to hear it, but I'm going to make him give me the grand tour anyhow so I can see for myself. Will you join us?
Oh, thank you, no. I should be running along.
No rest for the wicked, eh?
No rest for the wicked. That's a good one.
I could tell right away you have a great sense of humor.
You could. Oh, the 2 of you must come over for dinner sometime. I dropped by to ask you.
Well, thank you, Father. We will. Suppose I call you.
Oh, do that. Oh, no rest for the wicked.
You should get a bigger sign. You can't bring them in unless you advertise.
Look, Dad.
Yes, Tommy?
Nothing, Dad. Nothing.
Oh, you met Tom's father, huh? What's he doing in New York?
He's on a buying trip for his shoe stores. 1 men's, 1 women's, 1 children's. He gets them from the cradle to the grave. Like we do.
Oh. What's he like?
Very friendly and personable.
I'm glad to hear that. Tom said so many nice things about him. Did you invite them for dinner?
Oh, yes. I think the father will let us know when he can fit us into his schedule.
Excuse me, young Mr. Caldwell called. He said that he and his father won't be able to make it for dinner.
Why, this morning the father was so anxious to come.
You don't think Tom is trying to hide his father, do you?
Hide him? Why, the man's his father. Why would anyone want to hide a parent?
Well, I wonder how Lizzie Borden would answer that question.
Well, at least we can have them over for coffee. Will you be available?
Up until 3 o'clock. I have a date to build up a boy's ego.
Very impressive, very impressive. Looks like you're running a real smooth organization.
Thanks, Dad.
That doesn't mean I don't have several suggestions for improvements, but I'll make a list of the hotels.
Dad!
Yes, Tommy?
Come here a minute, will you?
Sure. Yes. What is it?
Dad, it's not like I was a kid anymore, and if we could sit down sometime, there are a few things I'd like to talk to you about.
There are a few things I'd like to talk to you about.
There are, Dad?
Let's go back into your office and you can show me your books.
What for?
Let me check them over, see if they balance.
Well, they balance, believe me.
I believe you about sociology, but about business, I figure you need all the help you can get.
And I get it from the certified public accountant who does my books every month.
Oh. Why didn't you tell me?
Why didn't you ask me? Ronnie, football playing outside, not inside. Remember, pal?
Sorry, Mr. Colwell.
What do I have to do? Have a tattooed across your forehead? Football playing outside. You got it?
Yes, sir.
The next time, the Moldavian torture treatment.
What's your name, son?
Ronnie Warren.
Mine's Owen Caldwell. I'm this big guy's father.
Hi. Can I have my football?
Remember when you were in high school and you refused to eat for a week because you dropped the pass that would have been the winning touchdown?
I didn't refuse to eat for a week, Dad.
Okay, 2 days. He had his mother hysterical.
Dad, will you please give him his football back?
Okay, Ronnie, fade out for a long one.
I can't. It's inside.
Tom?
We'll make an exception. Excuse me.
Signal Tom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hike!
Hello. Tom? Chuck. If you can't make it for dinner, how about stopping over this afternoon for coffee?
Well, Chuck, I'm afraid we can't. My father has too many appointments.
Oh, well, we'll drop over any time. We'll be here. Sure, I understand. Now, you're welcome, Tom. Goodbye.
The door was closed, so I thought I'd better wait here in case the call was private.
Thanks, Dad.
Who was it?
The accountant?
Trouble?
No. Well, look, Dad, as long as nothing's cooking this afternoon, why don't I take you out to lunch? Show you the big city.
Tom.
Yes, Dad?
Tom, I'm... Funny, with other people I can always say the right thing. You ever notice that?
Yeah, I have, Dad.
But with you, well, I want you to know I'm proud of you, fellow. Understand?
Sure, Dad. Sure.
Are they coming over for coffee?
No, Father, they're not. Tom said his dad is too busy.
Oh, that's a shame. I was going to ask Mrs. Featherston to bake those cookies.
What cookies?
Well, I don't know what they were called, but they were a big hit the last time we had Protestants.
Forward, side, together. Back, side, together. Forward, side, together. Back, side, together. Okay, stop.
Did I do it wrong?
No, you did it right, but you ought to loosen up. Look, show me how you box. How do you do? Look. Yeah, that's right. Loose. Now stay loose like that when you dance.
Father, I'd be fine if I could fight Janice instead of dance with her.
Oh, you don't have a license to fight her. You're not married yet. Come on. Ready? Go. Forward, side, together. Loose, side, together. Forward, together. Back, side. All right, good. We'll try with the music.
Father, you'd never tell anyone.
Tell them what? That I'm teaching you to dance?
Father, I'd fall right through the floor.
Okay, it's a promise. Go. And forward, side, together. Back, side, together. Loose. 1, 2, 3. Loose. Loose. There.
Hello, Father.
Hello, Michael. Father, may I inquire as to what you're doing?
Do I have your permission to tell him?
You need his permission?
Well, in a way, yes, Father. Mickey? I'm giving him a dancing lesson.
Why?
So I can learn to dance.
Obviously. I meant, why you?
I'd rather tell you later, Father.
Well, excuse me for interrupting you.
Oh, sorry. Together. Back. Sorry. Loose. There.
Ask the bishop for good hard work, and he sends me out to Murray.
Well, then we're all agreed. We have the food over here, and tables and chairs right through here, and bandstand up there, of course. That leaves all this area right through here for the dance floor, okay? The chair recognizes the Queen of 14th Street, Janice Lenahan.
Will the party be formal or informal?
Oh, come off it, Janice. Formal is cornball.
Oh, I agree with Janice. It should be formal. Myra, just because you don't happen to own a full-length dress.
You mean just because I don't happen to have an older sister who owns a full-length dress?
That dress is mine.
It is not. It's your sister's.
I agree with Joanne. I think it should be formal.
And I don't. Just because you have all those jazzy clothes, you want to play Princess Grace. Why don't you grow up?
Myra, do you know how long ago they stopped wearing their hair that way?
Ladies, please. The party will be in between. But no blue jeans and sneakers. Let's discuss the decorations.
Oh, well, what about Japanese lanterns?
Oh, Japanese lanterns are cornball.
Myra, you're just mad because we suggested going formal.
Look, just because you can buy anything you want and little Joanne can borrow her sister's dress, they want everyone else to look nice and crummy.
Myra, that is my dress.
It doesn't matter whose dress
I don't know what's
it
the
is.
matter.
Cut it out! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to lose my... Girls, why don't you just wear whatever you want, huh? I'm sorry. That'll be all for today. We'll get together in a day or two.
All right,
fine. I still think formal is cornball.
Where are you going? To tell Mickey we're going formal.
Something wrong, Tom? I would have liked to have met the young ladies.
Well, no, there's nothing wrong, Dad. It's just a meeting. I would have introduced you. You know how kids are.
I don't know, Tom. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't.
Hello? Huh? Oh, hello, Janice.
Mickey, I waited for ages. Who was that man with the awful voice who answered the phone?
Oh, the janitor.
The janitor? What was he doing in your apartment? Fixing something?
Yeah, sort of. What's up, Janice?
Mickey, I've got something to tell you about Saturday night.
Are you sick of something?
Of course not. We're going to go formal. Mickey, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How come formal?
Oh, you don't have to wear tux. Just a white jacket and black tie are okay. Well, see you, honey.
Yeah. I'll see you, honey. Bad enough I gotta dance. But she wants to go formal. Can you see me in one of those monkey suits?
Brother. Formal clothes in this neighborhood, well, that's like putting slipcovers on a bulldozer, huh?
Well, it's just Janice and some others. You know, the Park Avenue set. Me dressed up like that, I'll sweat like a pig. Excuse me, Father.
Mickey, I think you should just tell Janice you don't want to wear a monkey suit.
I couldn't do that.
Why not?
Well, so I'm good at sports. But this is different. I mean with Janice. I don't want her to think I'm a creep. If I didn't like her, but... Gosh, Father, I guess I'm making a big deal out of something that's really nothing.
Well, from my point of view, maybe, but from yours, no. I remember it, well, I was a lot younger than you, but a new girl moved in on our street, and, I wanted her to notice me, and I used to hang from a tree outside my house by my feet, upside down, hoping someday she'd speak to me. Well, one day she did. She said, your face is red. Now, listen, Mickey, I think if you talked to Janice and you told her what you're going to wear, I think she'd understand.
Gosh, Father, I couldn't take that chance.
Okay, if it's this important to you, you go rent a monkey suit. I can lend you the money.
Thanks, Father. I think I can swing it. Father, could I say something?
Sure.
I think you're a real swell guy.
Thanks. But let's not spread it around, huh? It might ruin my reputation as a Captain Bligh of St. Dominic's. Let's get on with the dancing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Loose. Loose. You're getting there.
Excuse me, Father. You wanted me to remind you. It's after 2, and you wanted to take the decorations and things over to Mr. Carwell.
It's 2 o'clock already?
Well, if you're busy, I can get one of the high school boys to
No,
take them over.
I'll take them over. I have to speak to Mr. Caldwell anyway.
Gosh, Father, what about the dancing?
Take over, Mrs. Featherston. Loose!
Take over?
Well, here you are, Tom. Left over from assorted dinners, proms, mothers' club meetings.
And patriotic rallies. Remember Pearl Harbor. Made in Japan.
How's it going, Tom?
Okay.
Is your father still in town?
Yeah, for a few days. Business, you know.
Yeah, I guess he's been pretty busy, huh?
Yeah, you know how it is.
No, Tom, I don't know how it is. How is it?
Well,
I bet I know who that is. It's got to be my buddy, Father Chuck O'Malley.
Mr. Caldwell.
Owen, Father, Owen. Hello, Tommy.
hello, Dad. I thought you were out taking a look at some new imports.
I looked, I left. Father Chuck, it's good to meet you.
Thank you.
Thanks for taking care of my juvenile delinquent here.
Well, don't mention it. The only real trouble it gives me is on the golf course. How's Mrs. Caldwell?
She's fine, just fine. If I knew how much free time I was going to have, I'd have brought her with me. Oh, I've been carrying this around all week. It's time I got rid of it.
Well, what is it, then?
It's a little something made out to St. Dominic's Church. I'm not one of yours, Father, but Tom says that you do good for the whole neighborhood. So I want to make a little donation, irrespective of race, color, creed, or collar.
Well, thanks very much, Mr. Caldwell. That's
$25.
Yes.
What's the matter? Were you afraid I'd only give 10?
No, I was afraid you'd give 1,000.
You lost me on that one.
Well, I know Father Fitzgibbon will be very grateful, too.
Oh, Father, it's a token. Speaking of Father Fitzgibbon, I have a bone to pick with him.
Oh?
He said something about getting together, but nobody called to make a definite date.
Well, if we don't get together before Saturday, we'll see you at the big party. Will we?
What big party?
Well, Dad, it's just something we're having here at the center. I guess I forgot to tell you about it.
Well, thanks again, Mr. Caldwell.
If you mention it one more time, priest or no priest, I'll pop you one. So long, Father.
So long, Owen. Tom?
Tom, about that party, why didn't you mention it?
Well, I don't know, Dad. I guess I didn't think you'd be interested.
Didn't think I'd be interested. I'm always interested in everything my boy does.
Dad.
You just let me know what I can do to help.
Sure, Dad.
And if I ever get in the way, you let me know about that, too. Okay?
Okay.
Well?
Right now, Mickey, Cary Grant has got to be blushing.
Thanks.
But what goes? I thought the party wasn't for another 2 hours.
I wanted you to check me out. There's $5 riding on this outfit.
Hey, you look terrific.
Father, in all the games I've played, all the track meets, I've never been this nervous.
Well, you're doing fine. Really nervous?
And how? I bent over to put my shoes on and almost fainted.
Look, just remember the count. 1, 2, 3, 1.
Father, a few minutes ago I tried practicing to the radio and I couldn't remember step 1.
That's just stage fright. You get out on that old dance floor, it'll all come back to you.
No, it won't. I'll just stand there and sweat.
Now, look, Mickey, I know you've only had 4 lessons, but you're doing okay. Or you might not win the contest.
Is there going to be a contest?
No. That's just a way of saying you may not be great.
Father, let's face it, I'm awful.
I resent that. The students of Father Arthur Murray O'Malley are never awful.
What chance do I have when the only 2 people I've ever practiced with are you and Mrs. Featherston?
Well,
What do I say? Sorry, Janice, I can't dance with you. But you should see me with Father O'Malley.
Oh. Mrs. Featherston, your point is well taken. Mrs. Featherston?
Yes, Father?
Would you take Mr. Vecchione to the gym and warm him up a bit?
But, Father...
Please, Mrs. Featherston. And Mickey, remember, 1, 2, 3. 1,
1,
2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
Hi, son.
Hi, Dad.
I picked up the meat for you like you asked.
Well, thank you, Dad.
Hey, have I got a few surprises for you. Boys! Come on. Right up here. Up you go. Huh?
Dad, who are they?
Your orchestra.
Dad, I booked a trio.
I unbooked it. Fellas, come on, put it right over there by the grill.
Now, hold it. I ordered hamburger, 45 pounds of it.
I unbooked the hamburger, too. Everybody likes steaks better. All right, fellas, go ahead, right on back there.
Dad, I ordered hamburger. I wanted hamburger.
You don't have to pay for a thing. It's on me. I want your party to be a real big success.
Now, Dad. Look, Dad, an orchestra, steaks in this neighborhood. Do you want to make me look foolish?
Do you think I would do anything to make you look foolish? And last but not least, I got you free of charge. One of the world's greatest chefs.
Good evening, Mr. Caldwell.
Father Fitzgibbon, how are you?
How are you? Oh, I'm just fine, thank you. And you?
Except for a few singed eyelashes, I'm great.
Those steaks look great, too.
Let's hope so, Father Chuck. Let's hope so.
Say, where's Tom?
I can't say. I'm giving my full and complete concentration to this. I'd say another minute or so, they should be ready.
Well, we'll see you later. Hello.
Hello,
Oh, Rabbi Adler, Mrs. Adler. How are
Father Fitzgibbon, Miss Loomis, Father O'Malley.
How do you do?
Oh, Rabbi Adler. And Mrs. Adler, who as usual looks charming.
Oh, Father, that's a wee bit of the old blarney, but I love it.
And young lady, you look every bit as charming as you did at the Christmas party.
Father, it's a different girl.
Should I apologize?
Later, blame it on the lights. Say, it's a lovely party.
It sure is. Tom has certainly gone all out here. I don't know who he's trying to impress, but I'm one he has.
Yeah, it looks great.
Wonderful. The kids are really enjoying themselves.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. See you later.
Certainly.
Hi, Mickey.
Hi.
Where's Janice?
Dancing with George King.
Has she danced with you yet?
No. I was almost ready to ask her, then big shot Georgie came along. You know what, Father?
What?
The last Last time I played baseball against him, I struck him out on 3 pitches. He's a big hunk of nothing.
Well, you better keep an eye on him anyway.
Hi, Father.
Hello, Janice.
Mickey, from now on I dance every dance with you.
Okay, gang, come and get it.
I'll see you later, Father.
What's protocol? Do we sit down or do we distribute ourselves?
Let's ask Tom.
Well, where is he?
I don't know. I haven't seen him all evening.
Look, I'll go look for him. Why don't you all sit down and wait till the first wave gets its food?
That's a good idea. Here, Father, I'll help you.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you feeling well?
Feel fine.
Well, shouldn't you be outside playing a genial host?
Chuck, I'm not the host.
Who is?
My father. So I decided to graciously step aside and let him take complete charge. Yeah, I'm rather fortunate. If I'd had to handle this all on my own, the party would have been a complete disaster.
All right, Tom, knock it off. What's bothering you?
My father. Chuck, he's been doing this to me all of my life, and I've had it.
Doing what?
Interfering, making my business his business.
Maybe he's been trying to help you.
If he really wanted to help me, he'd leave me alone. He'd stop embarrassing me. Stop playing the all-American dad. Stop making me ashamed of him.
Are you really ashamed of him?
Yes. Chuck, I know it's not polite to say that you're ashamed of your own father. But I am deeply and desperately ashamed of him.
Well, so you 3 girls are members of the committee. Little did I know I was dining with celebrities. Joan?
Joanne.
Oh, pardon, Joanne. That's a very pretty dress.
Oh, thank you.
It's her sister's.
It's mine.
Mr. Caldwell?
More steak, George?
No, thanks. I was wondering when we could dance again, sir.
Now, as soon as the boys in the band finish eating.
They're human beings, too, you know.
Well, what are you getting sore about? I just asked a question.
There's one thing I can't stand, it's a selfish guy. Chuck, ever since I was this high, he always had to be the big shot, always had to buy his way in. I remember in high school, at least once a week, he had to take me and my gang out for a treat. Pizza, the movies, anything. Anything at all, just so that he could be one of the group.
Maybe that's how he kept young.
All right, Chuck, but nobody else's father did it. Just like nobody else's father cheered as loud at the ball games or made so many bad jokes or... Chuck, it's hard to explain. It's like anything that I ever did, good or bad, was only mine until he heard about it, and then suddenly it became his.
Tom, why do you let these things bother you so much? Why do you get so upset by what your father does?
Because I love him.
Oh.
Yeah, I know that sounds funny after what I just said. But I've seen the effect that his jokes have had on people. I've seen people laugh at him behind his back. And because he is my father, because I do love him, it hurts. Sometimes I wish that he weren't my father.
Tom, your father's okay. He's just an outgoing guy, that's all.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. That's what it seems like at first. But what happens when people stop laughing with him and start laughing at him?
What about your mother?
I don't know.
Well, is she ashamed? Is she embarrassed for him, too?
I don't know. I never asked her. No, she's proud of him. He's her husband.
Family loyalty. Well, that's a pretty terrible thing, huh?
Father O'Malley, why don't you just go back outside and...
No, I got a better idea. Why don't you just sit down and let me have the floor?
I'd better go and investigate.
Father, I'm sure if something is seriously wrong, Chuck will come back and tell us. Finish your dessert.
Max, you're not listening to the music.
Oh, I got lost for a minute.
Lost? What do you mean lost?
I saw a boy in a blue suit. I thought I was at a bar mitzvah.
Listen, kids, much as I enjoy telling stories about the shoe business, don't you two want to dance?
Oh, yes. Yes, we do. Come on, Mickey.
Do you really hold a sale every 6 months?
Yes, sir, I do. Go on, kids. You're missing all the fun.
Excuse me, sir.
Mrs. Brophy,
Oh, Father Fitzgibbon.
did you hurt your leg?
Well,
Oh, no, didn't you?
No, Father.
Then why are you limping?
Well, my son-in-law's here tonight, and if he sees me like this, it'll ruin his evening.
You give me that cane this instant.
Oh, yes, Father.
Mickey, stop clowning and start dancing. Mickey, stop taking such a big step. You're not jumping the hurdles.
Excuse me. Be right back. I have to get a drink of water.
Mr. Caldwell,
Where's the boyfriend?
getting a drink of water. You know something? Mickey doesn't know how to dance.
He doesn't.
No. Maybe a little, but...
You sound shocked.
Well, I am. How can I go for a boy who can't dance?
Well, my wife went for me when I couldn't dance.
She did?
Yes. When I first met her, I didn't know one foot from the other. She had to teach me. And while she was teaching me, I fell in love with her because she was so nice about it. She didn't make fun of me. She was patient and kind and sweet. She told me what kind of a dancer you are isn't anywhere near as important as what kind of a person you are. That showed me what kind of a person she was, and I fell in love with her.
Janice? Excuse me, Mr. Caldwell. I have to tell you something. I'm a rotten dancer. I tried to learn, but I didn't have time. I can't dance, and I hate this outfit. I know I should have told you this before, but I didn't have the guts. If you want to go off and dance with Georgie, go ahead. Don't let me cramp your style.
Let's dance. I'll teach you.
You mean you're not sore at me?
Well, why should I be sore at you? What kind of a dancer you are isn't anywhere near as important as what kind of a person you are.
Tom, have you ever tried sitting down with your father and talking things over? Letting him know how you feel about his jokes and his taking charge?
Oh, I've thought about that, Chuck, many, many times. But I couldn't do it. And you know why?
Why?
Because he loves me. In his own way, I'm sure he does. If I told him how I really feel, what he's done to me since I was a kid, it would break his heart. How do you tell your father that he spent 52 years of his life being a clown?
Tom, your father's very proud of you. He's very proud of your education, and he's very proud of the work you do here.
I know that. That's what makes it so tough.
The only problem, the only real problem, is that you and he have different personalities, which may be as tough on him as it is on you.
Oh?
What would happen if you were like him? I mean, easygoing instead of intense, flamboyant instead of shy, corny instead of sophisticated. Well, how would you get along then?
We'd probably get along great.
Now, tell me, whose fault is it that you're not alike?
Nobody's.
You know, Tom, his jokes and his personality, they don't bother other people as much as they do you.
Chuck, is it wrong to wish that he were different?
No, of course not. But we can't expect people to be the way we'd like them to be, or even as God would like them to be. But as they are. Tom, you love your father. I'd buy that. You're sensitive to his faults, far too sensitive. Tom, you've let this get way out of proportion.
I guess I have. You know, I wonder now how he must have felt when I refused to go into the shoe business.
Disappointed. Hurt. Your father doesn't blame you for what you are. Well, why should you blame your father for what he is?
I refused to answer on the grounds it may tend to force me to grow up. Chuck, I'm surprised at you.
You are?
Well, I'm supposed to be hosting a party, and you're keeping me in here talking to you.
You have a natural sense of rhythm. All you have to do is relax.
Janice, please. Don't talk.
Well, why not?
It makes it too hard for me to count.
Say, why don't you folks spread out? It looks like you're all banded together to ward off a teenage attack.
Welcome to your party.
Well, thanks, Frank.
And you two better get something to eat.
Say, that's a good idea. Come on.
Anything left for friends and relatives?
Yeah, there sure is. I got a couple of hunks of the real beauties. Hey, you two, come over here. How's it going?
He's wonderful. So are you.
How about dumping this guy and letting me take you home?
Mr. Caldwell, your father's the greatest. Come on, Janice, let's dance.
Yeah, I'll take those. Thanks. Now, there you are. Nothing but the best for my son and my son's friend. That's the way it's always been. Right, son?
Right, Dad.
Well,
Well, we're finally having tea.
Oh, we're delighted you could make it.
Thanks.
now when did you say you were going home?
Tomorrow morning.
I hope you enjoyed New York.
Very much. But even more, I enjoyed renewing my friendship with my boy. We're more than just father and son, you know. We're buddies. Right?
Right.
Too bad I couldn't stay longer.
Well, as they say, Dad, no rest for the wicked.
No rest for the wicked.
Oh, yeah.